let's kick this bad boy off.
All
Welcome,
right.
everybody. This is the first time we have ever done anything like this before, and we hope it's not the last. As you know, because you're here, we launched Insight AI last November, and we're pretty excited with the amazing things that it can do for us. And so John and I were talking, and we said, hey, let's test it out. So before I continue, who is John and Holly? John, our fearless leader and CEO, and I'm just a girl that showed up to work in the marketing team here. So together we are going to try to get through this show live and have a lot of fun. But before I continue, because it is a live show and we are going to try to build some training on a topic that you suggest, I'm going to just stop for 1 second, ask everybody on the call today to think about what it is you want us to build training for. And then we're going to put John to work and make it happen. So is there anybody out there who wants to throw in some ideas of what type of training we can do here live in front of you using Insight AI? We'll send John away to build it. And as he's doing that, I'll talk to you guys some great updates and give you a bit more information on the product. Now everyone's going to get shy on me again. No shyness allowed. Soft skills. Nice. Any other ideas? Emily, is there any particular skill you're looking to work on? Emotional intelligence. I like it.
Well, I won't be able to create any training on that.
Actually, I thought maybe that would be very helpful for you, John. I'll give it one more second. Okay, internal service. There's a totally different side of the world. Listening and empathy. All right, I think we have a bit of a theme. Emotional intelligence, listening, empathy, all of those being soft skills, which I call power skills because they are hard for some people. So why don't we send you away, John, to go do some research on those topics? We have a few people helping you in the back to make that happen. And we will kick you out and call you back in when we're ready. All right, so we'll see you in a little while. And for the rest of us, we'll carry on. All right, now you're just stuck with me. Sorry about that. Okay, so we promised that we would walk you through Insight AI today, just so you all get a quick view if you haven't seen it yet. And that's what we're going to do. So if we look back on the life of Lemonade, we started with our employee side training. We have the booster game. We have all the game-based content and micro learning. And that's sort of just, we put it under the umbrella of modern learning. How to take your boring training and make it so much better. Then we came out with Digital Academy, which is really an opportunity for you to sort of support your customers, enable your customers, whether it's when it comes to digital training for your own tech or financial wellness, cybersecurity, all that goodness. And I get so excited when I see the different academies that are set up by our customers. And in November, we introduced Insight AI, which we kind of think of as the brains behind the whole thing. Insight AI is leveraging generative AI to help you create content in the platform. Before I go on too far, just a quick overview. What is Gen AI and how does it all work? It's funny because whenever we see AI stuff anywhere online, like if you're scrolling through LinkedIn, as I do very regularly, anything that's related to AI is dark and scary and robot-y, and we didn't want it to be that way. We wanted to have people be comfortable with AI and really understand that it's a tool to support you. And so, AI has been around quite a while, and we think of it as, something smart that can take something and solve a problem, right? That it would take a human much longer to solve, whether that's looking at a bunch of data to find out what, where the matches and things like that. But Gen AI, which has like blown up since ChatGPT came along, is going one step further. And it's really looking through a broad amount of documentation or content, synthesizing it out and be able to draft reports, being able to create presentations, and in the case of Lemonade, being able to create content. And so we've gone around to a few conferences since this rollout, and people are kind of afraid and not quite sure what AI is and how it's doing. And that tactical, what is it really going to do for us, has been difficult for people to truly understand. And I saw this quote and I thought it was perfect. When Excel was released, no one knew how to use it or what it was going to be. And since it came out, it has completely changed how we work. I believe AI is the exact same thing. It's not sure, we're not sure how to use it, we're a little nervous about it, but it's going to completely change how we work. Not in that fear-based, it's going to take your job away, but it is going to make your job easier on a day-to-day. So when we got together and said, how can we help improve our product, improve our customers' lives, it kind of made sense when we think of what you do is build training. What you do is update that training. And we've done polls. That's the most painful part of updating training. And you also answer a lot of questions from the front line. Like, what is this? Where is that? How can I find this? And so we came up with Insight AI that helps alleviate that from you. And what it will do is it allows you to create a knowledge base. So what John's doing right now is he's out searching for documents that will sort of take the information that we're going to build our courses on. It'll be that baseline. So he's going to build a knowledge base. He's going to put all that content in. And then he's going to say, build me a training course based on this prompt. And he'll put the prompt in. Then it's going to go through all those documents, find the information that's relevant, and create that content for you. And what's really great about it is it's not a one-for-one document. So I want to put it in a FI situation. It's something like you have 747 policies. I'm sort of making that up because it might possibly be true. And if you put all of those policies in, now you can create content that will look across all of them. And so it's not one course per policy. You can do it across all of your policies. So we'll build some content. And then the next thing that it'll do is if those policies change, then you update the latest policy. As that happens and it's synthesizing and looking through, and you'll see what that looks like in a moment, it'll say, oh, this has been updated. This is used in X training. That's now outdated. And it'll flag you to say, hey, we've updated this content based on this new policy. Are you ready to push it live and go public? So that biggest pain point of updating content, gone. That pain point of having to be the expert in everything at your FI, gone, because it'll take those documents written by the experts in those areas and create the content for you. And then last but not least, and possibly my favorite, because I'm sometimes a little lazy, but please don't tell John, it'll also give you a quick chatbot where I can ask quickly which policy or what do I need to do in this situation, or what are the steps I need to take if this happens. That'll spit out the answers for you as well, based solely on your own knowledge base. So we're pretty excited to see that. I'm going to do a quick vocal check-in here on John to see how he's doing on his research side.
I have found some source material online that I believe can be good enough for us to author some training.
All right, well then I am going to take off and get out of here. I'm going to stop sharing right now, and I am going to let you take over and show the magic.
Okay. Hi, folks. Thanks for coming to the webinar. Appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can impress you with Insight AI's authoring capabilities. So what we're looking at here is the main interface of the new Insight AI tool. And it is both an authoring tool as well as support in the flow of work. What we're going to talk about today is authoring. So when I want to create a knowledge base, I go to the configuration tab here, and at the click of a button, I can create a private, secure database into which I can put content in any format. And what's super cool about it is we talked to a lot of our FI customers who were concerned about AI, so that we built a solution that addressed their privacy and security needs. And so this is 2FA protected. You've got permissions that you can set as to who can access the knowledge, and it doesn't share information with the outside world. So those are really important elements. So I would click create a knowledge base, but since I've already done that, I'm going to create a starter collection. And here is a knowledge base. So now all I have to do is upload the files that that I went and accessed that are going to be my source material. So let me just drag over here and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I have 5 components of emotional intelligence. So I'm going to drop that in. And right now it's going to just copy that into the database. And when that's done, I have some theories on emotional intelligence that I managed to find as well. So I'm going to drop those in. So Insight AI is now just onboarding those in onto the core. And then what I need to do here is hit synchronize. And now what it's going to do is it's going to mesh these documents in with all of the other documents that are in the database to create one consolidated knowledge base. That takes a couple of seconds to onboard the knowledge and put it in, but here it is done. So now my next piece is I want to create some training based on that. So I would go here to blueprints. And so the first thing you can actually author an entire course with a bunch of different modules, or you can author it module by module. I'm going to author module by module because we want to be kind of quick. You guys don't have all day. And authoring an entire course takes a little bit longer. So I'm going to create my own blueprint. And I'm going to call it emotional intelligence. And I could write a description, but we don't need to for this purpose. I'm going to click save. Oh, it does. So I'll just say test. So it asked me for that. Okay. So now I can go into, so that is a bucket basically. And now I'll go in and create a step blueprint. And that is an individual module within a course. So when I want to go and create my new blueprint, the first thing I do is select my module type. So I could create multi-choice, I could create a paragraph puzzle, a scenario, a street ground, true or false, a crossword, or a text-based. So for today, let's try a polygraph. And so I'm going to write a quick prompt. Well, I actually have written a quick prompt because I didn't want you guys to see me type because it's atrocious. So here is my prompt. This module should teach learners about the various theories of emotional intelligence. Also be sure to highlight the 5 components needed. So there's a little typo. Needed to be a great leader. Okay. So then I'll click save. And then what I have to do is go and synthesize. And what this process does is the AI then reads everything in the database. And anything that is related to emotional intelligence, it will pay particular attention to and pull out the points that are salient to the prompt that I wrote. And this is what's going to take a couple of seconds. So Holly, I don't know if you want to continue while we wait for this, or do you want me to go through to author?
You know what? I'll take over and you can just tab when you're ready. So I'm going to steal the screen again, only because that first synthesis went so well. I had a whole bunch of things I wanted to tell everybody and it just happened too fast. So I got some stuff for you. Since we launched this, we've come up with a whole bunch of new resources. I'm going to drop a few in the chat for you. Our Lemonade University has been completely updated with a whole section on Insight AI. So after this demo, if you're interested, you can dive in and see a bit more. There is a demo that John did a few months back on there as well. So if you're interested in seeing the magic happen all over again, I will drop a link in for that. And we also released a new ebook along with the with the product, which really just sort of goes into different ways that we can make AI useful for us. And that's, streamlining information and access to information when we think about how often people struggle for data. And John's back already. I'm getting through this slide, John, before you take over.
Just letting you know synthesis is done.
Okay. So this AI book, I'm going to drop it in the chat, but I don't want to take over John's show. So I'm going to stop sharing and back to you, my friend.
Okay. So after synthesizing the text, what Insight AI has done is it's written an overview highlighting the information that I asked for, and it pulled it out of the document. Okay, so this is the sort of consolidated article. And I can read that to ensure that it is highlighting the things that I wanted it to highlight, but it's pretty darn accurate. The other thing I can do go and see what documents it referenced. So in this case, because I only uploaded 2 documents, it actually referenced them both because my prompt included information that required both. So it's cool that it was able to merge the 2. So now I go to author and I just click author with Insight AI, and then I climb up and hand it back to Holly.
Okay, it's me again. All right, I'm coming back in. All right, so I dropped in the chat the links to the 2 resources I already spoke of. We have another one. So we are about to publicly launch, but available to all of you already anyway, Compliance IQ. And that's really about Lemonade launching compliance to save your employees from being bored to tears. It's time for a glow up on compliance training, and we have offered, oh my God, John's ready already, a whole library on compliance.
It's too fast.
Available to you. And I'm just gonna, just get my sunshine stolen. Back to you, John.
Sorry, guys. It's the AI is actually really quick. So here it is. It's created this step. I didn't name it, but so I'll click play, and here is what it built for us while Holly was chatting. So now I have to find the mistakes in this module.
I actually would like to see this one play out, John. I'm curious.
I think that's going to be one. 2 controversial, 1 influential. I'm going to go with. Damn, wrong. 2 influential. There we go. So I have to correct all those mistakes. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to do that in front of everybody. But it authored that game in seconds. Let me show you some other stuff that we authored. For example, I created a course on Jack Henry Bano the other day because I was demoing Jack Henry. And what's super cool is I was able to very quickly author this content based on information that just stuff that I found online. So let me actually just go into Lemonade and find my Jack Henry course. Actually, here's one that's actually pretty good. So rather than Jack Henry, I'll show you this one. This is T. Rowe Price, which is a mutual fund. And this was a demo that I did for the T. Rowe Price company on their mutual fund. So I took the information about their mutual funds, put it in Insight, authored stuff. First thing I authored was a text-based step. And then I took the stuff that it wrote and I put it in a third-party tool called Synthesia, which we will have an integration with shortly. And what's super crazy is from the time I put the source material in to the time that I had this was less than 10 minutes. So check this out.
There are several compelling reasons to add actively managed funds from T. Rowe Price to your portfolio. First, they're low cost.
So that was done like literally in 10 minutes. And then some people prefer to read. So I I created an article that introduces the mutual funds, but it does a couple of things. It talks about their mutual funds. It talks about their investment strategy, but then it gets into KYP. So it ensures that not only does the frontline staff member know how to talk about the mutual funds, but they know how to talk about it in a know your product compliant way. So you can sort of meld in compliance stuff as well, which is kind of cool. So your training can be, as sort of we're saying, synthesized. It also created a crossword puzzle that highlights the key value propositions of the mutual funds. Got 3 levels of play. And so it gives me the hints and I have to just, standard crossword, but it's all about T. Rowe Price. It also authored a role play scenario. And this is incredible because these things take a long time to author from the ground up. And Insight wrote this entire scenario with every thread of the conversation all pre-written for me. And so I have to provide the conversation to a point where I can accurately describe the funds and find the right fund for the customer. So just accelerating the authoring of this type of content, what used to take, hours, and our tools were already fast, but now it's literally minutes. So that's what Insight can do. Holly, I'll hand it back to you.
All right. Well, thanks, John, but I feel like what I'm going to share might not be as exciting.
Actually, I blew it. I forgot to tell you one super cool thing. 2 super cool things. Oh, damn. Okay. So what's really cool, I'm going to go back to my emotional intelligence blueprint. So when I go into, I have to go into configuration. So I go into my database And when I go in here and I want to change the files, let's say I uploaded, I found some, or there's some new research about emotional intelligence. And it contradicts the old research, and I want to make sure I update it. So imagine like regulatory compliance, rules change, you got to update them. So I come in here and I replace that document with a new document. As long as I name it the exact same, which I'll do, I'll just make sure that I put the same name. It will then alert me to say, these training modules are now out of date. Go regenerate them. So it allows you to regenerate your training content as soon as things change, instead of waiting months to get training rolled out to reflect your new products or new regulations or new policies. As soon as they're ready to be put into Insight, your training can be updated instantly. The last cool thing, and we don't show this as much because it's kind of table stakes. Everybody has an AI chatbot, but you kind of get it for free baked into Lemonade. So I could come in here and ask a question. And the cool thing is it can synthesize again. So if I said, I have a customer coming in to talk about residential mortgages, and I want to do so in a way that complies with truth in lending. So I can ask that question and it will read from all documents that are related to mortgage and all documents that are related to truth in lending, so that in the flow of work, I know how to have the conversation with the customer that reflects our products, but also is compliant. It'll just take a second to answer that question. But those are two of the sort of extra cool features that you get, automatic updating. So here's my answer. And it also references the source material so that I can see, oh, where exactly did they pull that from, and make sure that I'm aligned. So authors your courseware, automatically tells you when it's out of date so you can update it, and then answers staff questions in the flow of work. Now, Holly, I promise I'm going to clam up.
Are you sure? Are you positive?
I'm sure most people would rather hear me, but I will be quiet.
I mean, I can be charming. I'm talking about compliance. What couldn't be more charming than compliance? All right. As I said, we have our compliance library. We have a brand new brochure. It'll give you some details of it. It's just on the printer now. And by printer, I mean getting uploaded. So we're going to follow up with you on Monday with the recording of this mini webinar, we'll call it, with a copy of the brochure. So you'll have that in hand. For those of interest, I'm just going to pound through some quick things because I noticed you don't all read our newsletter that we send out. So I thought if I have your undivided attention, I'll do it here. We have a webinar coming up February 19th, One Bank, One Voice. And that's really around how trading employees and customers on the same information really helps with that cross message and making sure everyone's sort of saying the same thing and aligned well. So that'll be a fun webinar. We're having some customers join us there. We have a new LinkedIn group. So for those of you who haven't joined, please do. It is a user group for you. I'm dropping all the links in the chat there now. It's a user group for you. So we'll have sneak peeks and we'll have tips and we'll probably have offers, and occasionally we'll find embarrassing videos that we'll put up and just have a lot of fun. But it's also your group. So it's your opportunity to ask questions, to chat with each other, to share resources and have a good time. We also have a new program coming out, and this is going to be within Lemonade, within one of the next few updates. I just want to make sure you're aware about it, seeing I have your undivided attention and 3 minutes left of this webinar. We've updated our referral program, and we appreciate every one of you who has referred us already. We often get calls from people that said, oh, I was talking to so-and-so at X Credit Union or so-and-so at X Bank, and they told me to check out Lemonade, so I'm here. We appreciate you for everything that you do, and we want to show you that we appreciate you a little more. And so we'll have a new field on the admin side that'll allow you to refer people. In the links that I've shared below, there's a quick FAQ on it. And then when you refer, we'll give you a little gift card. And if they buy, we'll give you a bigger gift card. And not only that, but you'll get a reduction on your renewal costs as well. So we thank you so much for all that you do, and we want to really appreciate you there. And then last minute, 7 minutes left, or do you have 7 minutes extra in your day? For those of you who know Joel, he's asking for some customer feedback. And so again, in the chat, there's a link for you. And if you could be so kind as to give him some feedback, that would be amazing. I think he said 7 minutes, so I'm going to hold him to the 7 minutes. And if it takes more than 7 minutes, I'll give you his phone number and you can call him at home. And that, my friends, is all the updates I got. But since we have you, we can answer any questions that you may have, and you can throw them in the chat and we will pay attention. Or you can, somebody can make fun of John, the fact that he got the EQ question wrong, but the fun question, right? I'll take those in the comments too. All right, pretty quiet. So I'll just thank you. Oh, we got one, something coming in here. Did you say something about Synthesia?
Yes, I did. So the video that I showed you, the T. Rowe Price video, Insight AI authored the script, and then I put it into Synthesia to create that video. And we will have integrations with Synthesia and potentially one other video creation tool, so that will actually be within Lemonade. You just need a subscription to theirs so that you can create that stuff very quickly. So yeah, that's something that we're currently working on the roadmap. I also wanted to, oh, thanks for the AI chat comment. Appreciate it. I also wanted to say thank you for everybody for joining, and thank you for those who have provided feedback to help guide us in the tech that we're building, because it's important for us to listen to you guys and try to build features and tools that make a difference for financial institutions. So we're really grateful for the information and feedback and insight that you guys give us. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming in for that.
Look at, he's trying to prove he has some EQ. I'm just throwing that out there. Well, we are at the top. We appreciate your time. Any questions, please just yell out to us in the chat. You know our emails. We are here for you. Everybody have a great and safe weekend. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.